Now let's talk. Let's talk now. Let's talk now. Can you hear me now? Can everybody hear me on Facebook? B-Mac on Podbean, what's going on? I see you. Facebook, can you hear me? Can you hear me? I just need to know, can you hear me now? Can you guys hear me now? Somebody let me know. Can you hear me? I need somebody to let me know. There we go. All right. Let's try this intro again, since we want to play, as my computer want to play with me. Let me go on, start it off. You will not win. I'm back. Appreciate you, D-Mac. I see you. Smoke in the house. What's up, Saturday Night Smoke? What's going on? I see you. All right, everybody. Welcome, to the Big Time Show podcast that is being heard right there on Podbean. That's right. My brother in there, Smoke. Saturday Night Smoke in there. D-Mac is in the house. Miss Ty is in the house. I see you. What is going on? Now I got to share everything all over again because there was some jankiness going on. And now I got to share everything. So y'all forgive me while I try to get some people in here who were with me just a few seconds ago. But they left me because my sound was janky. I don't know what happened. I just rebooted everything and I'm back now. So what's going on this Saturday evening? We got a few things to talk about. Pretty much a few things that you guys need to talk about, because I'm just going to sit back. I'm going to say what I got to say. I'm going to see if y'all agree with me or not. And then we're going to go on and enjoy the rest of our Saturday afternoon. That's what we're going to do. Hello. Somebody popped in and popped out on Podbean, whoever they were. Facebook, YouTube, I'm coming. Just give me a second. I'm going to speak to you. I always speak to my people who take a little time out to come hang with their boy right here. So give me a few minutes, but because of the jankiness or whatever happened, I couldn't be, while I was on time, you just couldn't hear me, which is complete jankiness and raggediness. Did I just make up a word there? Raggediness. Yeah. Well, y'all understand what I'm saying. I mean, it is what it is. I'll say this about the NBA Finals before I get to Cowboy Land. I despise the Boston Celtics. If you're a Laker fan, you despise the Boston Celtics. So I'm not cheering for them. However, I will say I do like Tatum. Not that much. I'm just saying I don't care if Kobe did have his playing. I care less. You're wearing the wrong jersey. That's the bottom line with me. I do not like the Celtics. I do not cheer for the Boston Celtics. I despise the Boston Celtics. I'm from the 80s. So we know how hot the Lakers-Celtic feud was back then. I was born into it. I was raised to despise the Celtics, and even to this day, I despise the Celtics. So there you go. For those that want to know what I think about it, I had a few people come on. Actually, I'm going to be on a podcast Sunday evening, Laker podcast coming up. I hope they ain't talking about the finals, because if they're talking about the finals, I appreciate the invite, but I ain't going to even do the show. It hurts me to see the Celtics in the finals. I ain't going to even lie to you. So I can't stand it. And it's really going to hurt if they come out and win this thing. So I can't stand the Celtics. Coach Marv, I just seen you pop up on Podbean. I'm coming to Facebook in just a second. I was sharing right now. I'm still sharing. So that's my take on the finals right now. I'm hoping Golden State come on in. That's what I'm hoping. I despise the Celtics. So with a passion. I mean, yeah. Joe, Mike, hey y'all. Here we go. All right, let's go, y'all. Let's go. Welcome to the show. Sorry for my jankiness again. Appreciate y'all again. God forgive me, I usually have this stuff down. Let's talk a little bit about pretty much one thing. Really one thing that maybe two. This is what I want to know. Are you guys excited about what y'all are hearing in OTAs? Are you excited? Are you becoming engaged? Is your antennas going up? Hey, what's up? Appreciate you, Jose. Appreciate you, man. Thank you for coming back. I got it back together now. Yeah, I got it back together, Jose. I don't know what happened. Let me type this in. Are you guys excited about what you guys are hearing, man, in OTAs? See, let me give you my standpoint, and then we'll move. And most people that play football or have coached football understand what this time really means. It's really a point of getting guys, primarily, that's why they got the rookie guys come in first. You see what I'm saying? But it's pretty much a period of acclimation. That's what it is. Where guys are being introduced to the program, the Dallas Cowboy way, the Dallas Cowboy program. They get their playbooks. They start studying. They don't get their hands held. You study the playbook, come out to practice, they're just gonna call the play. See how much you how much you know. I don't get excited about this because, number one, if you played the game, if you have coached the game, then you already know that this time is when the guys pretty much are in shorts. And y'all got to forgive me. I'm old school. When the pads come on, that's when we're going to start seeing some stuff. Not right now, not in shorts. This is pretty much giving the guys a preview of the scheduling that they'll have, meeting at 8, practice at 9, meeting at 1, all that kind of stuff. Getting the bank account set up, getting the business set up, finding a place to live, in shorts. You know what I'm saying? And everybody is an All-American in shorts. If you played, you already know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying? Everybody is a All-Pro in shorts. You can't do no wrong. It's something about them pads, though. When them pads come on, and it's time to get a little physical, all the attributes that you may have gotten in shorts all of a sudden leave when the pads come on. That's when you get to hit somebody. You know what I'm saying? That's when you get your finger swiped at it and get your arm twisted. Yeah. Do you understand what I'm saying? This is, but it's exciting because the guys try to do everything right, primarily the rookies. They don't usually say nothing. They're trying to, get everything going. And, it's nothing really to get it too excited about. However, I found something that I think is worth talking about, and then I found something that is depressing. Yeah. I see you. Let me see what's going on. D-Mac said got to give Boston head coach a top. I agree. I like the coach is pretty good. Oh, D-Mac, you right. Problem in that three, but will be heard and understood the right people. Even McCarthy Kelly. Exactly. Coach Marv is already on it already, as usual. Let me say this to you guys. Okay? There are some things that we can dissect and kind of, I ain't saying go crazy over. What's up, Coach Dante? However, there's something in there that I believe we can really, kind of wink our eye at. That's what I'm thinking. Now, y'all know I don't get too excited about what's going on until it's time. However, I did hear something. I heard two things. One of them made me excited. One of them made me cautious. I'll tell you what I heard. I'm starting to hear Mr. Tyler Smith is the truth. Quite sure you guys done heard it too. I'm starting to hear this kid is going to really mess some people up because there were a lot of people who didn't like the pick. And just in case you don't know who Tyler Smith is, I'm quite sure everybody here knows that was our first round draft pick, a tackle out of Tulsa who many Cowboy people did not have on their list. And definitely not in the first round. We had Kenyon Green and the kid from Boston College. Those were the two linemen that everybody was talking about. Not Tyler Smith. But he was the Cowboys, as we found out, had him ranked higher than those two guys. So according to the Cowboys, they got their guy. The fan base didn't think we got the guy. We wanted defense, offense, everything else. But they have their guy. Will McClay, and Will McClay we trust. This is his dude. And what we are hearing so far, because in training camp, OTAs, you're not gonna hear nothing negative at all, not right now. But there are a few things that have happened that deserve a little investigation. Tell you what I heard. Maybe you heard it too. They tell me that Michael Parsons lined up. Tyler Smith was at left tackle on this play because Tyron Smith, as usual, was not on the field. That's another whole story within itself, but it is what it is. Tyler Smith, our first round pick, was on the outside, and he was going one-on-one in a pass rush or blocking drill against Michael Parsons. And the word is he stopped him cold. Couldn't get outside, and I didn't see no film about it, but I doubt very seriously that Michael Parsons tried to rush him inside. Hey, Keith, because the kid is so strong, you're wasting time going inside on him. That's my bet. I didn't see no film. I just don't think it's smart to try to get inside on the kid as much as they're talking about how strong he is, and I'll get to that in a second. But the word is that he got stopped cold. Now, I don't know how y'all feel about that, but I like that. I like that. I'm gonna tell you the reason why I like it. And I understand the pads are not on. I get it. But because of who he is and where he was drafted, they got to go on catch him up as much as possible. They got to try him. Now, there's no heat. Everybody else may be getting, 80% or whatever. Trust me, he's getting baptized by fire. That's why I like what I heard, because of who was going against him. Michael Parsons. Please understand, Michael Parsons was going at him. They got to bring this kid up, and whether it's shorts or not, if you're able, I think Michael Parsons is probably faster in shorts than he is with pads on. The reason why it's big, y'all, is because it's one thing and one thing only. It gives that kid confidence. It kind of reminds you of Boss Man Fat last year. Remember, I told y'all now in practice, depending on the position, you can't really just go crazy over it. All right, watch this. But our cornerbacks, because of who our receivers were last year, they were baptized. When you had Cooper, Lamb, and Gallup, and you might as well throw in Cedric Wilson in there as well, going against our cornerbacks. That and Diggs had to see Cooper and Lamb every day, and maybe Gallup, a little bit of Gallup. Oh yeah, that's big. That's big, because you're going against one of the, a few of the best that the league has to offer, and you have to see that every day. Now, whether that's in shorts, whether that's in pads, that is what you call being baptized by fire. Now, if you told me that Tyler Smith was going up against, an undrafted pass rusher, then I ain't too hype about it. But if I hear Tyler Smith going against, really, give me all of them. I'm serious. Give me any one of our defensive tackles. I love it. I heard he was handling Ridgeway pretty decent. Okay, let him go against Olsen. That's what you call baptized by fire. Let him go against D-Law on the outside. Since Parsons got him, let him go against D-Law. Let D-Law come on the other side. Let him rush. That's what you call getting baptized by fire. Let him go against Dorrance Armstrong. That's good stuff. And to hear that this kid is stopping folks, to hear that he's answering questions to Hall of Famers and Zach Martin and Tyron Smith, just trying to get as much information as he can, humble. and the teammates already like him. He has the respect of his quarterback already. The quarterback, Dak said the man is as strong as Ron Leary was. Now, y'all know how strong Ron Leary was. Y'all know if you're, well, I don't know how far you go back. Huh? I don't know how far you go back, but Ron O'Leary it was a beast. I'm talking about superhuman strength. And they're saying this kid, well, at least Dak said he reminds him of Ron Leary. I'm just trying to tell y'all, that's the thing that you can, you can't take too much out of guys with shorts on. But you can take this one and say, okay. I mean, we ain't got to the real bit of training camp yet, and this kid is already has a reputation that he can block. He ain't had a chance to go forward and maul folks yet. We know he can do that. But the pass blocking, it seems as this kid, I mean, we talking Michael Parsons, y'all. So, I mean, we talking a different level of speed. Huh? You know what I'm saying? I don't think I want, like I said, I didn't see the tape. I don't know. I just don't think that Michael Parsons rushed him inside, because if he get his hands on you, you're done. That's the reputation that he's already done get, garnered. He already got it. So I'm quite sure Michael Parsons said, let me go ahead and give him something that he gonna see when he played Tampa and Shaq Barrett, maybe a little bit of Pierre Paul, a little bit, maybe, but he won't see him because he's gonna play guard anyway. But he got to play a little left tackle. But he gets to see some of the best rushers. Now, forgive me, it ought to make his job somewhat easier when he moved down the guard, because guys can't rush like these outside guys can. In other words, what I'm trying to tell y'all is I'm starting to, I said last show, I believe, that I'm all in with Tyler Smith, but that right there lets me know another thing, that in the event, as we all know, if Tyron Smith gets hurt, we got a guy so far that look like he can handle the left tackle position as well. That's what it looked like. Because anytime you stopping Michael Parsons cold, and we know how fast he is, and to have that type of footwork, that type of first step, that type of slide, that you can get over and shut a kid like that down. Please understand, if you shut Michael Parsons down, the game is going to be easy. But there ain't too many Michael Parsons. I'm not saying Michael Parsons is the only great pass rusher. We know we loaded with him in the league. But Michael Parsons has a gear that not too many people have. And if you're shutting that down, or you consistently shutting it down, we got something to be excited about. Yeah, we do. Yeah, we do. The kid looks bigger since he got drafted. He looks bigger. You can tell he's in shape. He's working out constantly. He's there at the facility. I mean, look, huh? Exactly. Saturday Night Smoke. Saturday Night Smoke say it's not if Tyron Smith gets hurt, it's when. That's been the play. Hopefully it don't happen, but that's the usual for him. However, the Cowboys may have ran across a jewel. I'm look, I gotta see it, but I'm started to it's just some people that you ain't got to wonder about. You ain't got to play the wait and see game. You know what they're gonna do. I'm starting to lean this way now. I done watched enough film on the kid, and I understand it was Tulsa, and I understand, it was college, but he's dominant. For what I done seen, now what an NFL scout eye will say, and then when my eyes say maybe two different things. But I'm telling y'all, I don't know if y'all done looked at this kid. This kid is dominant. Now, can he do it on the NFL level? I don't know. But I'm starting to lean thinking that he can. Because the part that nobody ain't talked about yet, well, we done talked about it, at least on this show we have, and on other shows, is this mean streak that he has. He is a pure dog. Huh? I mean, he's a dog. And I can't wait till you start going forward on these guys, hitting some folks, and then we're going to find out. At least the complete package. So, again, we're not going to go pop champagne bottles right now. We're not going to do that. However, because of who he was going against, and they're trying to catch this kid up as much as possible, I'm quite sure Michael Parsons went at him. Whether it was shorts or pants, I don't think Michael Parsons went no 50%. I know the whistle blew quickly. I probably did. But that engagement for those 1 to 3 seconds, that probably was real. You know what I'm saying? And for him to go against Parsons, is what we heard, and to shut him down, that is something that you can, you need to raise your eyebrows a little bit. All right? Well, Coach Mar, what'd you say? Let me see. Coach Mar said, good start for him. I like it be humble work, and grass has to be put in. It shows a great start. Oh, exactly. That's what I was saying. When the real camp starts, that will kind of give us all we need to know. He's going to play guard. And he can play tackle. That's what they drafted him for. All right? That's what I heard. I like the report. Here's the second part that I heard, but y'all know me by now. Y'all know what I'm going to go with this. I heard Zach Martin talking. And if anybody deserves the right to talk, it's Zach Martin. I mean, when he talks, you should listen. He is who he is. He's a walking Hall of Famer. No doubt about that. And so whatever he says, I don't know if he's a team captain or not, but if he's not, he should be. I think he is. When he talks, you need to listen. And he talked. And the main thing that we heard from him was what mostly everybody on here has been saying for about the last 2 years, but it's a reiteration. I'll sum it up real quick. The question was asked towards the end of the interview that with the departure of Amari Cooper, Gallup not being there, starting off, Cedric Wilson being gone, CD, of course, moving to number 1 and all this kind of stuff. They pretty much, and I'm paraphrasing, that pretty much was saying that there should be an emphasis on the running game. That's what they were alluding to. And Zach Martin immediately answered and said, bottom line, he said that everything, when we were rolling pretty good, it was because of the running game. He said that they fell off at the end. It wasn't, as hot as it was before. He said that they were, they just need to get back to running the football. And he said that was a point of emphasis. And they drafted like it. Remember the structure. Yeah. And when he said that, I like to hear Zach. I gave if you want to put a picture, I gave a standing ovation for Zach Martin talking. I respected what he said. I did. I respected what Zach Martin said. Remember the structure, y'all. The structure has always worked up until a certain point. The draft has always been pretty decent for us. Will McClay has done an outstanding job in drafting players and getting these players a good young talent. He has an eye for talent. Can't even argue with it. Even in free agency, he has an eye for that as well. I mean, look at Javon Curse. I mean, everybody want to give Quinn credit, but Will McClay had something to do with that as well. So McClay knows what he's doing. The problem, as I always have said, is after the draft, because they fall into the hands of the coaching staff then. So although I'm hyped about what Zach Martin said and the obvious thing that needs to happen, unfortunately for Zach Martin, he ain't audibling or audibling the plays on the field, and then he most certainly is not calling the plays. So that's why I couldn't get hype about Zach, because we all knew that he's supposed to ran the ball last year. We all know what happened too. He didn't run the ball. I don't want to hear nothing about Ezekiel Elliott knee hurt. You had Tony Pollard back there. He wasn't even getting the ball. He wasn't getting it. Which leads, of course, the reason why I'm not hyped, because, I love y'all optimism. I'm just gonna, and I'm not gonna kill y'all stuff. I'm just gonna sit back and wait until Tampa. I'm just gonna sit back and wait until Tampa Bay, because until I see it from Kellen Moore, see, the players are saying, but the players said it last year. You know what I'm saying? The commentators were saying it last year. Everybody was saying it. We spoiled the whole NFL weeks 2 through 8 or whatever it was, just running it down folks' throat. Then all of a sudden, we forgot and got allergic to running the ball. That all falls into one hand because the way that the organization is structured. Usually they will fall into the head coach's lap, but we all know that Mike McCarthy doesn't have anything to do with the offense. This all falls into two people's hands: Kellen Moore and Dak Prescott. Why Dak Prescott? Because Dak, as we learned last year, has the ability to change calls at the line of scrimmage, as he should. Being a quarterback, it's his job to put the team in the best play possible. Sometimes You got to squash the play that was called and call another play. You got to do that. Every quarterback does it, so Dak is not the exception. But the plays that are being called falls into the hands of either Kellen Moore primarily, Dak Prescott on game day. That's where the blame is, if you want to get blame. And until, look, we drafted well. I even heard this now. You know, Schultz is talking. He talked last week, talking about how his blocking, you know, he was drafted as a blocker, and he was out of Stanford. And talking about how he's gained weight and he's blocking. And then the book was out on Jake Ferguson, the second tight end that we have now. The book was out on him saying that he can catch the ball, but his blocking is not good. He gets up there talking. Jake did and said, my blocking is on point. You know, saying his blocking is good. And I'm like, dude. See? So you drafted Tyler Smith to be a physical guy. You drafted supposedly Jake to be a physical guy. You got Ball coming back, Josh Ball. He's a physical guy. You got Connor McGovern, who's a physical guy. Zach is physical. Tyron Smith is physical. You got all these guys that are, you got a physical running back, starting running back. You don't have a finesse guy. You got everybody on there, even Tyler Biotis. Everybody on the line has steel. Everybody has a label on them for being physical. The whole line, center, right and left guard, right and left tackle. Everybody has you don't look at neither one of them on the starting line and use the word finesse. But the problem is you have a finesse offensive coordinator. That's what the problem is. And until I see different, because I'm sorry, y'all. I'm sorry. I don't mean to bust the bubble, and I understand Zach talking. I love it. I know what he's saying. But the offensive coordinator don't match Zach. It's like night and day. You got a physical all-world guard who primarily bags up more than he goes forward. You got I'm talking about a Hall of Fame guard. You definitely have a Hall of Fame left tackle. Both of them are first ballot, if you ask me. Easy. Walk in, 5 years. As soon as they retire, I think the NFL, you got to wait 5 years before you're eligible for the Hall of Fame. When the 5 years go after they retire, they're walking straight into Canton, Ohio. I don't even know why they got to wait, to be honest with you. But anyway, they're going straight in. They're known for moving people. You can't move people bagging up. What am I saying? It's simple. You look at the end of the box score, Dak Prescott has 50, almost 40, between 40 and 50 throws a game. You look at the box score, Zeke Elliott only got 12 carries. Tony Pollard only got 3. You know, if you get 15 carries out of Zeke, you know, this, I ain't talking about last year, I'm talking about the year before that. I mean, we running the football. Do y'all remember the Philadelphia game when Ben DiNucci was playing? Why in the world is Ben DiNucci throwing the ball 40 times? You know, all this sidearm swinging, you know, throws he was doing. And the game was close. You got a Zeke Elliott. Just play ball control football. I don't care because they got 8 men in the box. You got to stay committed to the running game. That is something that Kellen Moore has never done. So I can't get excited. I can't. I appreciate Zach. I do. I appreciate Zach Martin. But unfortunately, he ain't calling no plays. See what I'm saying? So you can get hype about Tyler. Look, it don't make it. Look, if Tyler Smith this year drops back, 25% more than he does going forward, we didn't do right by the draft pick. Kellen Moore is a finesse pinball machine, Madden 22 type offensive coordinator. That's what he is. Yeah. He is a NBA 2K type coordinator. That's what he is. That's what he does. He's not the word physical and Kellen Moore just don't match. Huh? Look, I don't care what. Look, we getting ready for the season. We all gonna put our cowboy gear on. Some of us are gonna go to Dallas. Some of us gonna get to the game. We gonna cheer. We gonna get loud in front of the TV. We gonna do all that stuff. But y'all know the truth. The word physical and Kellen Moore do not match. I don't care what y'all say. And you know it's the truth. You know it is. The word finesse matches. Oh yeah, that's him. Yeah. And it's a time for finesse. It's a time for unique play calls. It's a time to try to outwit the defensive coordinator with your play call. It's a time for that. And Kellen Moore does that. Oh, he checked the boxes on finesse. Oh, there's not too many better. I mean, and this is having the number one offense in the league. There's not too many better. I'll give you that. When it comes to play design, I guess, and try to fool somebody, hey, he can do that. But when it's time to get in the trenches, though, when it's time to play bully ball, when it's time to say, look, you're here, I'm here, I'm going to move you over there, and there's nothing that you can do about it because I'm going to have my offensive line impose their wheels on your defense, and it ain't nothing you can do about it. I'm going to have this running back that is physical with an offensive line that is physical. We just going to go forward, and we going to keep chopping this wood until you give up. That ain't Kellen Moore. Y'all know that. That's not Kellen Moore. It's not. You're trying to justify Dak Prescott and trying to make him an MVP candidate when in actuality you have the talent to be the number one rushing offense in the entire NFL. You have that type of talent. You have it. Instead, we're in the bottom of the running or in the low 20s when it comes to rushing attack. There's no excuse. There's no excuse. So although I heard Mr. Martin, appreciate it, I actually loved what he said. I did. I loved it. But I knew he wasn't talking about nothing because he don't have no control. Because what he's saying should have been done last year. And it was not done because Kellen Moore had to be Kellen Moore. Huh? I see you, coach. See what I'm saying? So when it comes to, now, please understand. When it comes to the passing game, I got more confidence in him in the passing game than actually running because I know he's going to pass the ball. I done seen it too much. I don't believe it. I don't. I heard Zach, we're going to put an emphasis on the running game. What does that really mean? I mean, Ezekiel is getting it 12, 13 times a game. So what that mean? The emphasis, we're going to raise it up to what, 15, 16 now? Okay, Pollard getting it average 3 to 4 times. What that mean? What he going to get it 5 times now? You know, I can't get excited because, I just don't see Kellen Moore. The brothers, everybody's talking about the running game. I just don't see Kellen Moore locking himself up in the room and having an epiphany, and all of a sudden coming out now he run the ball nonstop. I just can't see it. He done had Ezekiel Elliott for years, didn't run. You see what I'm saying? He had all this. He still don't know. He still can't figure out what to do with Tony Pollard. Tony Pollard been there. He still ain't figured it out. He still don't know how to put him in the right formation. I can't give it to Kellen Moore. I can't. Y'all can have faith. I mean, I can't do it. I can't do it. You done had Pollard all these years. You still ain't figured out to put Pollard and Ezekiel in the game at the same time. That causes matchup problems. See what I'm saying? Dak like to distribute the ball a whole lot. We all know that, okay? But why are you paying $20 million to a guy in Amari Cooper and you didn't give him the ball? Okay? Y'all see what I'm saying? Huh? Everybody want to know how the offense is gonna do this, how the offense is gonna do that. You have everything you need. You have everything you need, at least right there. You got 2 weapons on this offense. And I ain't even said it yet, but really dove into it. But you got 2 weapons on this offense that are nightmares for defensive coordinator. CeeDee Lamb is a problem. Tony Pollard is a problem. Common sense tells me that they need to be on the field together a whole lot. I understand Zeke is our guy, but they need to. You got 2 guys that's going to be mismatch problem. Look, he still ain't figured out how to put Ezekiel Elliott and Tony Pollard in the game. I know I'm asking for too much now to ask to put CD and Tony Pollard in the game at the same time. He didn't even get that right in 2 years. He didn't do it. Yeah, and then somebody said, well, wait, he did something right. He had the number 1 offense in the league. Yeah, we had the number 1 offense in the league, but we could have had so much better. Number 1 offense in the league didn't show up the last part of the year. Because why? Because it was time to get physical. That's just the bottom line. Once Thanksgiving got here, and it started getting cold, and it's time to get down in the trenches now, he was nowhere to be found. Kellen Moore was nowhere to be found. You had defenses bullying us, pushing us back. That's because the play call was the bag up, pass block, first down, pass block, second down, pass block, third down, pass block. Next series, first down, run for 2 yards for Zeke. Second down and 8, pass, shotgun, third, shotgun. Come on, man. Y'all know me. If you've been following me, you know what time it is. We down inside the 5-yard line. First down, shotgun. Second down, shotgun. Third down, shotgun. I'm like, when you gonna let the offense go forward on these guys? I mean, it's just common sense to me. So I can't get hype. I'm sorry. I can't get hype. I can't. I can't. Y'all can say whatever y'all want to say. I don't care. You gotta have faith. No. I gotta have some reality too. And the reality and the truth is, Kellen Moore, overall, depending on who he's playing, he bullies teams that can't match up. The teams that can match up and are a little bit better, he gets punked out. I'm sorry. That's all I'm saying. He gets punked out when it's time to go ahead and get dirty. You don't know how. His play calling is not dirty. His play calling is pretty. Yeah, Joe said Kellen Moore. Joe said Kellen Moore will pass on 3rd and 1 and run on 3rd and 15. I mean, come on. I mean, look, I'm not the only one. So when I hear Zach Martin, I like what he's saying because he's the one that got to do it and he knows what needs to be done. He knows that we need to run the football. Zach Martin knows that. But the question is, are we going to do it? And the track record shows Kellen Moore is not going to do it. You let Brady jump on us, 10 to 3 or 13 to 3, and it's just second quarter. You watch what happens. I mean, look, what offensive coordinator, let's just go back to last year at Tampa. What offensive coordinator gives up on the run in the first quarter? That's what Kellen Moore did. He refused to run the ball. Dak just bagging up every play. Dak had an outstanding game, but good Lord. Now, you ain't trying to run. Do y'all remember those horrible stats that they had last year? The Tampa Bay game? Zeke didn't carry the ball, I think, about 8 times. That may have been about it. Come on, man. This is Kellen Moore, y'all. And because it's Kellen Moore, I can't get hype. Y'all can get hype. I can't get hype. All right, that's my tirade. I'm done. Phone line open. Y'all see it on the screen there. Open up the phone line. Y'all can call in. Oh, I already got it. Coach already in. Coach on Podbean. I see you. Got the invite coming. Coach, you in the house, man.
What's going on, Big Show? Can you hear me?
I can't hear you. Let me turn my music down a little bit. Turn your phone down here to income. What's up, Cofield? I see you, John Cofield. Talk to me, Coach. I hear you. Come on.
Okay, I got 2 points, man. One I want to touch on because I sent you that message to touch on the second one because it seems like we just need to go strictly talking about defense for the start of the season. So we're going to depend on this defense to win us a championship if Kellen doesn't do what he needs to do. But this is to echo your point about the running game. Zach Martin just did say this in this offseason. He said the same thing after the New England game about getting back to our identity in the running game.
Mm-hmm.
And we did run the ball in the running game in the New England because we ran the ball 33 times.
Mm-hmm.
If we want to win, Cowboy fans, and we want to win a Super Bowl, check these stats out I'm about to give you. And this is all you have to do. We must have 30 attempts running the ball in a game.
Mm-hmm.
Every game. And I'm not saying 30 by one guy. I'm talking about a multitude of Tony Pollard, Zeke, some carries by Dak, some carries by CeeDee Lamb on certain things, maybe, but 30 carries in a game. That's our benchmark. Mm-hmm. The reason why I would say that, since 2016, we are 42 and 6 when we have more than 30 carries in a game.
That's pretty good, isn't
it? Last year, we were 9-0 of the 12 victories that we got. We were 9-0 when we had 30 carries in the game.
Sound like
those games.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
One of those games when we talk about the passing game and people want to say it's not exciting football, we cloud of dust, running. One of those games was a New England game when we had 33 carries and Dak threw for a record 400 and some yards. Mm-hmm. But it kept us on schedule.
Yeah.
30 carries in a game is our benchmark. And what I would say to you in those stats, that tells you the history and the mentality of what you have to get to if you are coaching, if you have any salt as a coach. And when we talk about analytics, people want to talk about analytics, but they want to try to switch analytics to suit what they feel, what they want to say and being exciting. But the analytics, if we want to talk about the analytics says if you're 42-6 since 2016, when you got 30 carries, it all points that you need to get to what?
30 carries. Hello.
So again, I go back to the team that beat us in the playoffs. Would people say that San Francisco had more talent than we had? I'm even talking about from the offensive line through the receivers. We can count Debo, but can you name another receiver on their team other than Kittles?
That's it, dog. They had two matchup problems: Debo and Kittle. That's it.
And Kittles had very little catches in that game.
Mm-hmm, exactly.
I think maybe 1 or 2. Mm-hmm. But when Shanahan has a benchmark, and they said it in this game and every game that he goes into, he's going to get 30 carries. He needs 30 carries in his running game for his offense to be efficient.
Mm-hmm. And the commitment.
Sean McVay. Mm-hmm. Super Bowl coach. Mm-hmm. When he went into the Super Bowl game, when they talked about, he said about his keys to victory with the Odell Beckham and the Cooper Kupp and the great quarterback, he said that he needed 30 carries about his running backs in that game for them to be productive in the game, and they ran the ball 30 times, even though they only had 45 yards, but they got 30 carries. And it kept them on schedule, and it kept their defense, kept the ball away from the other people's offense, so it allowed his defense to be dominant, and they won the game.
And the play action was still working.
That's right. And he didn't want to put the pressure on his quarterback where you knew he was in passing situations because he didn't want him to turn the football over, even though he turned it over, but he wanted to keep it from him turning the ball over instead of 2 times, 3 or 4 times.
Yep.
30 carries, people. This gets us to our goals. This keeps us on schedule. Zach Martin was talking about one thing, and Zeke and the craziest thing about it is, Big Show, it was echoed by Ezekiel Elliott's locker room interview when he talked about the same thing as Zach Martin talked about, the offense is having consistency, not going so far up and down. And Zeke made this comment: what gives you consistency? Physicality.
There you go.
Physical comes first. Finesse can be easily done. Same thing Zach Martin was saying. The running game opens up everything for these receivers, and you don't have to have top receivers, because if you have a control on the running game, as San Francisco showed you, you will get guys open because they fear the physicality of your offense.
No doubt about it.
Now, that's the offense, and I'm going to get with a last point, let you go. Since I know that we're going to have to hang our hat on the defense. I put in there, I gave you a thing about Michael Parsons.
Uh-huh.
Michael Parsons' interview was great because he showed that dog mentality, that dog mentality when he was talking about the competition with him and D-Law, which I love that to see that, because true dogs don't have no problem going out there and say who they want to beat.
Exactly.
Right?
Exactly.
So, but they started asking about the Aaron Donald film. Aaron Donald did something where he was talking about all the technique things he studied to get by guys, and he said, Aaron Donald, that comes from great experience, and Parsons was talking about how he's trying to learn how teams are going to attack him and the small things for him to keep on improving and being a better player next year from the defensive line and the linebacker position. And then he also talked about how he was trying to tell the young guys, because he said, I was out there and we got 4, rookie linebackers out there with me, and I'm trying to tell them not to take the coach's, direction too far, just to try to keep playing hard and don't, go too far to the right or left when they tell them something, because they, the coaches are just trying to teach them.
Mm-hmm.
But Michael Parsons is in his second year and probably in his third year of really playing linebacker.
Exactly.
He is just playing off strictly
raw
talent, but he doesn't know the small things,
the technique
that can get him over, where his talent can explode and he can figure things out before it happens, which will make him a better player. He gets that with D-Law because he can go out there and work with D-Law on the defensive line. Last year, he worked with Randy Gregory. He worked with D-Law because they're veteran guys that have learned how to do the small things. And then Michael goes out there and uses small things along with his athletic ability, and he gets 13, 14 sacks. But at the linebacker room, he is the senior member of good play. This is why a guy like Barr can come in and partner up with a Parsons and teach him, man, you know how I got to the Pro Bowl and what I learned in these 9 years of when my athletic abilities kind of started to slip. I learned some small things to keep me at a high level, and teach him these things in a 1 year time. Cause sign him to a 1 year contract, $1 million, give him 1 year. Barr can also help Cox and the rest of these young linebackers to get up to speed. And then when Barr moves on next year, you got guys that have been seasoned by a former All-Pro veteran.
Exactly.
That's what you need, because if you get that, it's not about how much Barr, it's not about how great Barr is going to play, because Barr is going to play good. Any veteran linebacker that's got some playing ability going to play great beside a guy like Michael Parsons, because Michael Parsons' athletic ability is going to make the games easier for them, and their smart is going to make the game easier for Michael Parsons.
Exactly. Well,
that's it. Those 2 points I had to get out there. 42-6, Big Show.
Well, the other one somebody put down I think it was Joe. Joe said, there it is. Joe said that when Zeke goes over 100 yards, the Cowboys 29-0.
So 29-0, they win 75%. They win 80% of the games when he gets at least 18 carries.
I mean,
I don't care if it's 15 and 15. Yeah. I don't care if it's Zeke gets 12 and Tony Pollard gets.
Just get the 30. Just get the 30.
Just get the 30. Yeah. And that gives a physical presence to your offense. I'm not asking Kellen Moore to change his. I'm just asking him to add a physical presence to your offense, and you will get to do your tricks a whole lot easier. Zach Martin was saying he wants this line to get back to the tone setters as what the team looks up to for being the tone setters of the team. And if they keep trying to say we're trying to preach a physical mentality, Where does a physical mentality start in a team? It starts with two areas: your offensive line and then your defense.
Yeah, exactly.
Let's keep pushing it. Let's keep pushing the Big Show.
I'm gonna do the best
we
I
keep
can.
pushing it.
I'm gonna do what I can until I see something different. If I don't see nothing different, I'm gonna light them up, Doc. Cause
that's what we supposed to do. But yeah. I don't think we have no problem on the defensive side. I think they're gonna do those things, and we hope that they get. And it's not the first game. I'm not worried about the first game. I'm worried about the first game. What I want to see Kellen Moore do, and I'm gonna say this right quick. I'm not worried about the first game because I believe we probably gonna do that. We probably gonna come out physical. What I'm worried about is that game that we having problems with running the ball, and then we have to turn to the pass, and Dak has this big game of 400 yards, and we win the game, and all the pundits and all the haters out there start getting all the PlayStation and John Madden people start praising. Oh man, what a passing attack! Man, look at all this passing. Man, what a CeeDee Lamb had a great game. Man, they can't stop this passing attack. Are you gonna listen to the crowd, or then you gonna go back the next week and get right back to your mentality of game and stick to? Don't go for this fool's goal because we stopped running the ball last year. Right after Dak threw for 400 some yards against New England, we felt that everybody was praising Dak for this great game, and then we ain't run the ball no more.
Exactly, which is what I always say about Moore. He will turn into his regular self. I can't give him no credit yet. I'll wait and see. I'll see what he gonna do against Cincinnati. I agree with you. Tampa gonna be Tampa. Let's see what you do against a physical defense like Cincinnati was. Let's see if you stay committed to the running game. Will you stay committed, or will you even try? You're just gonna give up on it. And so far, Kellen Moore's, I guess is what it says. He don't do it. So I see, Coach.
We're 9-0 with running the ball 30 times. Let's say if we were ran the ball 30 times for all 17 games, what could our record have been?
Oh my God. We probably would have added another 2 more games to our list. We'd been number one seed in the NFC.
We would beat Arizona. We ran the ball. We would beat Arizona. We would crush Arizona.
No question.
Run the football.
No question. Appreciate you, Coach.
All right, Big Show.
Thank you, man. All right. That's my coach there. As he done came in and done set the world on fire, as always. He always do that. Appreciate him popping in. You know, Coach brought out a nice point. Hey, John Cofield. Some guy came on Twitch. I think it was Little Boxes. He's asking, he going fantasy football. I think you ought to keep. I'm gonna answer this question because I play fantasy football as well. CD ought to be. CD has the ability to be just last year with the ball getting distributed, he was over 1,000 yards. He made the Pro Bowl. But he got the Pro Bowl by default. The guys didn't want to go, so he was next up on the list. But Pro Bowl go on his record. I think he's going to be a dominant receiver, personally. I think he's going to be that good. And he's young, and so far he has no injury prone. So, yeah, I would keep him in a dynasty league. I would. John says, Mr. Cofield says, notice Mike Parsons not trying to learn under LV. He's getting his tip from D-Law, and he even knows LV is not that guy. Well, not only that, John, he's also getting taught by DeMarcus Ware. And he's actually going to see Ware, I believe, once this is over with, to keep working. He's been working out with DeMarcus Ware. So we all know what DeMarcus Ware was all about. And that's who he's been hanging around. So, you can't do nothing but get better by hanging around that guy and learning from him as well. But you're absolutely right. Micah is gonna be fine, man. Micah is going to be barring catastrophic injury. This kid is gonna walk into the Hall of Fame. I said it at draft time last year because I knew he was just that different. If he would have strictly lined it up on the edge last year, he would have had 20 sacks last year in his rookie year. You got to keep in mind, this kid was getting sacked going up the middle. Of course, he got on the edge with it, and then a lot of times he didn't rush the pass because he had linebacker responsibilities. So, I mean, this kid would have had 20 sacks. No question. No question. 20 plus. He's that different. He has speed that not too many guys had at that to be that big, and that's that wide, that strong. It's not too many guys that can do what he can do. I'm talking about in the history of the league. In the history of the league. So this kid is different now, as Coach said before, as far as Michael Parsons goes. This guy, was just doing it off pure physical ability. He don't know hand technique yet. He don't know how to moves and counter moves and pass rushing. This kid was pretty much just getting it straight off speed and sheer will going up the middle. I mean, this dude ain't learned the game yet. Coach Marv was right. He ain't played linebacker but a couple of years. He's still learning. So the sky's the limit on him. And now you add in a Hall of Famer that DeMarcus Ware will be. Should have went in last year, but he'll get in probably the next year. This kid is learning from him. And that can only benefit you. See, when you have the physical ability that he has, once you mix that in with some technique, oh my God, you have a defensive player of the year, which he almost was last year. Some say he really was, other than that TJ Watt. You see what I'm saying? But, Watt had a great year. But this kid is just, he ain't even scratched the surface of what he going to be like. He is a legitimate monster. He is. Now, you can get excited about that he's already said he's going to DeMarcus Ware. He ain't going home for no vacation, and he ain't going, to go to hang out, get a last, bit of vacation time in before training camp. He's already said he's going to see DeMarcus Ware. That's going to be his workout partner. And the knowledge and wisdom that Ware can give him, oh my goodness. Get ready. Now, Coach said something about Anthony Barr. Appreciate you, John. That's just the truth. He said something about Anthony Barr. And, things that we should do, we don't do. I mean, we had the money to sign Bobby Wagner. We had it. We didn't do it. I mean, this is where again the front office comes into play, and they always don't mess it up. I mean, certain things you can do, and I understand what Stephen Jones said. We love our guys, and we're younger. We want to see the young. I mean, look, when you got a chance, or you at least you think you have a chance to go to another level with a team, it don't take a lot of players to make it, or coaches. You just need one player, one or two players in key spots that will carry your team from a 11-win team to a 13-win team. That'll take you up from your 13, it'll take you to a 15-win team. Anthony Barr and his experience and he still got plenty of gas left, and he can hit you. He can cover. This would make our team better. Bobby Wagner would have made our team better. But we want to cheap our way out of everything. That's Stephen Jones, of course. We want to cheap our way out of everything. See what I'm saying? There's another name, Von Miller. And he signed for a gigantic contract. I'm not quite sure how really serious he was, Joe, but Von Miller was out there. We probably tried to cheap our way out of him, give him an insult of an offer. And I believe that's probably what will happen with Bobby Wagner as well. Matter of fact, let me take that back. I think Bobby said they talked, but they didn't offer him a contract. I mean, good God. What? So this is what Stephen Jones messed the team up. All you need is one player, one or two players. See, what the coach was saying is what I've been saying for a while now, that the defense would be the strongest unit on this team. So why not stack the defense as best as you can to make it not only a top 10 defense? No, my idea is if you get a start, see, if we would have just signed Bobby Wagner, this defense I would have been hollering from the rooftop. This defense is a top 5 defense with Bobby Wagner. With all the players we got right now, you just throw in Bobby Wagner to this team that we have now on defense. We are a top 5 defense coming into the league. Coming to the season. I have no doubt about that. I think we top 10 right now. I think we are. You throw an Anthony Barr in here, you're entering into you're entering close into a top 5 category. That's how valuable he is. You see what I'm saying? Yeah, exactly, John. Coach said, and Anthony Hitchison. Yeah, that's another one. You just need a good vet, okay? I know y'all want to see Cox. You got to keep in mind, he ain't just played no linebacker, y'all. He ain't played with a few games last year. That's essentially a rookie linebacker coming out there. Love his speed, but they gonna, when you're a rookie, the offensive coordinator job is to confuse you, make your eyes confused, which is easy for a young guy. I ain't got to say nothing about LVE. How many games is he gonna play? That's number one. Oh, Anthony Barr would have been big, which leads to this. I want to show y'all this real quick. Let me set this up so y'all can see this. Let me set this up. I got to show y'all this because I pulled it up while Coach was talking. Y'all see that? Do y'all see that? Look at this, y'all. The Cowboys, all this yip and talk. I don't know if y'all can see that. I hope you can. The Cowboys have, for those on Podbean, I'll read it to you. The Cowboys in cap space have $29.6 million under cap. They're $29.6 million under the cap. Why are we holding on to the money? Can y'all help me? Why? All this work and what we just happy because we under the cap. We just, look, I'm the salary cap champion of the world. That's Stephen Jones. You see how much money we save? Look at it. See, it's in there. Okay. When you gonna spend a little bit of that, please, sir? You got good football players that's out there. Look, y'all see that? Do y'all see that? $29.6 million under the cap, which means you can afford an Anthony Barr. No, Cowboy. Cowboy Jay, you're right. Joe, you're right. However, what kind of window do you have? See, I'm different. Last year's team, I believe, could have went real far. And because the team was there, you don't need but a couple pieces to add to it because you're in the win now mode. I ain't worried about 2 years from now. The winner gonna be gone. Tyler Smith will be gone. I know some of y'all say, well, we got Tyler Smith now. Okay, whatever. Zach Martin may be under, in a couple years, he might be ready to hang it up. I ain't got time to wait 2 years from now. Ezekiel Elliott is not going to be the guy that he is 2 years from now. He's not. While he still have some gas left, you need to win right now. D-Law in 2 years. Come on now. I don't know that. See what I'm saying? I don't know that. LV will be gone in 2 years. Diggs will be probably, hopefully, pray to God we never lose him. But, I mean, come on now. We got a window to win now. I ain't got time to be trying to say Stephen Jones killed me. We got there's some good football players that are out there that will help your team just with them walking in the door. You know what they're gonna do on the field. Just walking in the door, they're gonna be, and I shouldn't have to wait until somebody get hurt before you go ahead and put your foot down. Go on, stack the deck now. You don't need 1 or 2 players. Good God. Go get me Anthony Barr. I ain't asking for first team all pro. Go get me Joe. We ain't gonna be able to pay Schultz. Good point. I ain't brought that up. I was gonna say something about that last week. Did you see what Njoku signed for in Cleveland? They're not gonna pay Dalton Schultz next year unless they're gonna pay him this year, which is what they ought to do. That will free up even more cap money if they go ahead and pay Schultz long term, since they probably making the decision on it. Go and pay him long term, but you ain't gonna do that now because Njoku messed up the whole thing. You see what I'm saying? Maybe y'all don't. Let me see if I can help you there. Let me see if I can help you there. I forgot the numbers. I'm fit to pull it up. David, I don't know how to say it. Njoku. Let's see. There it is. Y'all see that? Look at that. Do y'all see that? There it is. You really believe it? And you know how the contracts goes. Njoku ain't that much better than David Schultz. I mean, Dalton Schultz, I'm sorry. Do y'all see that? You let Dalton Schultz have somewhat of a decent year. And then you tell me what you think Dalton Schultz gonna ask for. He's not getting that. There's no way in the world he's getting that. Exactly. Schultz had better stats than David Njoku, but look what Njoku got. $56.75 million. I don't know. I don't know. In other words, this may be your last year with Dalton Schultz because of this contract right here. Because if he have a better year than Njoku, he's gonna ask for more than this. I look. He got 4 years, $56.75 million. That's 116. That's $16 million a year. $28 million in guarantees. That's what he gonna ask for. And got an $11.4 million signing bonus. Come on, y'all. Look, if they really serious about Schultz, they need to go ahead and sign now, but he may ask for this. You're not gonna pay that guy that. This and look and check it out, which may explain why you got the kid from Wisconsin now. That please understand, they really want him to step up now. He ain't got time. He don't have time. Ferguson has to go ahead and play right. I'm talking about he got to go on, show what he can do now, because the Cowboys are not going to pay that guy. Now, if they do, they're crazy. And we are talking Stephen Jones. And you know how they like their guys and all that kind of stuff. Look, if they paid that to Dalton Schultz, they're crazy. I'm not trying to knock Schultz because but he ain't that type of tight end. That type of money there is reserved for the upper echelon of tight ends. Kittle, Waller, Mark Andrews from Baltimore, those type of guys. Kelsey, the kid from, well, he ain't in Cincinnati no more. The kid from Cincinnati last year. Those guys deserve that type of money. The Joku ain't not that guy, but he got paid that. He messed it up for everybody. See what I'm saying? So Dalton Schultz probably gonna play under this franchise tag, and then you're gonna let him walk because you'll be crazy to pay him that. You'll be crazy to pay him that now. That'll be loony. But we are talking Stephen Jones, right? See what I'm saying? So if you have that money, $26.9 million under the cap, why won't you just go ahead and get, you're depending on, it is just common sense to me. You're depending on LVE, a guy who stay hurt. Then you got Cox coming off injury, a ACL, who hasn't played linebacker. He will essentially be a rookie. Yes, he's fast. No doubt about it. Yes, he can hit. No doubt about it, but he's really going to be a rookie. Why not go strengthen your weakest part on your defense? The weakest part on our defense is the linebacker position. We got one elite player, and then we got two guys that's going to be our starters that are questionable in health, questionable in experience as far as Cox goes. We got a linebacker in LVE who ever since he had the surgery with his neck, it's only going downhill. Why not go get some veteran help? It just don't make any sense to me, especially since you got the money. And the Bog not going to cost that much money. He's not. He's not going to cost that much money. I don't understand it. And I shouldn't have to wait until we get the report saying LV has neck soreness or Byron Cox, they got a twitch in his giddy up. No, go on get these guys now. Make Cox compete since he think he's going to be the man. But you know how the Cowboys are. We want to get that type of production from guys, who are on, cheap contracts. We're going to play it out and get as much as we can for these guys. They tell me you ain't really just serious about winning, too. I'm just going to throw that in. And the bar should have been signed. He should have been signed by now. So, I don't know what it is. At the same time, nobody else is signed him either. Maybe it's something going on. I don't know. Or and be honest with you, those type of guys don't want to get signed now anyway, but they don't really want to go to training camp. And they'll refuse to sign. A lot of the older guys don't want to do training camp. That's a factor as well. Those type of guys are ready to go week one. They know what to do. They done seen every defensive playbook there is. They know what to do. Exactly. Greg says you talking about Deion Jones. Deion Jones. Be a great pickup. Linebacker from Falcons might be available. He knows Quinn's system and he played well for Quinn. I like Deion Jones actually. A lot of people say he a bust, but he's not a bust. He just didn't meet the full expectations for where he was drafted. The kid is fast, he's tall, he's physical. Yeah, I take him too. I'm saying that the money is there. What are we waiting on? Just so you can carry it over and say, hey, I'm the best salary cap man in the world. I'm the greatest. You know, he need a belt, you know, like a championship belt. That's what he need. He need a championship belt. He need a championship belt like I get. He need a championship belt to say the world's heavyweight champion. This is what Stephen Jones need. He need that recognition to say, I am the greatest salary cap guru in the NFL. This is what Stephen Jones needs. So we can go on, please him and satisfy him one time and say he the best. He's the best. He's the best. He know how to chop down a salary cap. He know how to let people go.
1-803-960-3584.
Hold on a second. I got another call. It might be
call
Coach.
from.
Fired up, Coach Ball.
Here come Coach. Come on, Coach.
Man, you got me fired up now, Big Show.
I know.
You got me fired up because you got the championship belt out there for Stephen Jones.
Yeah,
but he lost that championship belt. But when he lost it
to the Rams,
he lost it when he put the franchise tag on Dalton Schultz.
Yeah.
That messed the whole thing up.
Yeah, I throw one more in, Coach. He lost it when the Rams just kept signing everybody and got a Super Bowl trophy out of it. How about that one?
Thank you.
So
let me explain why he messed up. For you, maybe your listener might not understand why he messed up with Dalton Schultz. You put franchise tags on franchise players, not role players.
There you go. Got a case.
Now, if we want to think Dalton Schultz, he had a good year. Yes, he had a great year, but he is not a game changer. So when you franchise tag him at basically $11 million, the contract started off at $11 million, basically. Mm-hmm. You painted yourself in the corner when Dalton Schultz signed it. Mm-hmm. Because now, if you draft a tight end and some other tight ends sign, now you're at the point of saying, okay, well, Dalton Schultz is asking for Njoku money.
Yeah, go ask for it. You'd be stupid. He'd be stupid if he don't ask for it, to be honest with you.
Right. That's what you're asking for.
Yeah,
but you Cowboys cannot believe that if we got rid of Dalton Schultz next year, if Dalton Schultz had a great year, you can't say that I'm going, when it comes down to signing guys, let's say Dalton Schultz has 65 catches and 900 yards and 7 touchdowns. Mm-hmm. You're going to take the money to sign Dalton Schultz and not sign the money to sign Diggs?
Exactly.
So when you paint yourself in a corner like that, now you already overstated yourself with Dalton Schultz. Where this is how I would have handled Dalton Schultz. I'm not saying Dalton Schultz is not a good player. I think he's come a long way and is a good player. But I would have offered Dalton Schultz. He's coming off a lower level contract. I would have offered him something maybe like APR $8 million a year, 4 years, $32 million guaranteed, $20 million, or start out at $7 million and he gave me a counter offer. We're not going no farther than $8 million. And if you don't take the offer, then we're gonna let the market test what they're gonna bring you. I'm guarantee you nobody would give him no $14 million.
No way. And just like Cleveland should have gave you Joku 14, but they did, and he gonna ask for it. I guarantee that.
If they give him 14, Big Show, if they give him $14 million, then I'm going to sign Howard. Because I did this early on. I signed Howard that came out of Tampa Bay. Only reason he ain't shine because he was playing behind Gronkowski. I signed Hayden Hurst that was from my hometown, from South Carolina, was a number 1 draft pick in Baltimore, but because he had a great tight end there. He went to Atlanta, got more speed, could do the same dropping zone catches, and probably give you more yak yards.
Yeah.
I mean, or he might have went to Cleveland. Cleveland throwing money at tight ends. They might have said, "Oh, we want Dalton Schultz instead of Njoku." They might have given him 14. We probably could have got Njoku for $7 million.
Yeah, he's not a franchise tight end. You said it earlier. That's just the bottom line. He's not.
So,
but Njoku's contract is what they wasn't anticipating it, and he's gonna ask for it, which is gonna force their hand to probably just let him go. And that's why I was saying they really gonna be kind of looking at Mr. Ferguson, the rookie that we drafted from Wisconsin, to see what he really has to offer, because 9 times out of 10, unless they gonna sign somebody else, this probably gonna be our tight end next year, our starter next year. I really believe it.
That's fine. And I want Schultz to have a great year. I ain't worried about him slacking off his play. He gonna play hard because he just got a lottery ticket. He got a lottery ticket. He didn't even expect he was going to. There's no way in the world he came this offseason. Him and Zay said, "Oh man, you're gonna get $14 million a year, and you didn't even make the Pro Bowl."
Yeah, he playing with house money because he already knows the standard to ask for next year. So anything that if he have better numbers than he had last year, he really is gonna ask for that type of money. If he outshined Njoku, he gonna ask for that type of money. That's what I'm saying. So,
and you know something? If he asks for that type of money, Big Show, and this offense be able to give him those numbers, those great numbers, Cowboys still in a great situation. Because we can let him go, and there's another tight end out there that can give us that same thing.
No question.
Dalton Schultz did.
No question, because that ain't even count. You ain't trying to go with a rookie. But we all know it's going to be some tight ends coming out the draft. You're going to have Ferguson. That's going to be probably a big factor this year. And you're going to have some free agents next year to make it out. And all of them going to be cheaper. But I guarantee you, if Dalton Schultz, and I can't blame the brother, to be honest with you, he'll be a stupid fool. He would be a fool not to ask for that type of money. I mean, I know he smiled hard. Yeah, that's all he did.
On the alley-oop, he just dunking.
Yeah, that's all he got to do. It's unbelievable. So that probably wasn't in the plans of the Cowboys. When they gave him the franchise tag, I'm quite sure they may have thoughts of trying to erase that before the season started and making him a tight end, along maybe an extension. But most certainly when Njoku came out with that contract, that shut all that down. Because I guarantee you, his agent is saying, well, we had this number in mind, but hold up a minute. No.
And Dan Walter about to sign his contract. Yeah. The Raiders working on Dan Walter contract.
Oh, my God.
So that's why you go up from there.
Yeah, so, if Njoku, for instance, is at 16, Waller is dang near probably about to get 19, 20. For real. I'm serious. 18 minimum. No question about that. Which means Schultz got to walk. Now, he ain't stupid enough to ask for Dan Waller type money because he know he ain't on that level. But Schultz is saying, like, wait a minute now. How in the world? What? And Njoku got that. I'm better.
Schultz is not a matchup problem.
Yeah, no.
He's not a matchup problem.
Actually, his numbers are, he's a good player. He's a good player. I don't want to take it from him. He's a good player. But he's a product off of what Cooper, Lamb, Cedric Wilson, and Gallup when they were out there. They let him roll. You know what I'm saying? That defense coordinators are not concentrating on Dalton Schultz. They're concentrating on Cooper, Lamb, Gallup, or Cedric Wilson, whoever's out there. I mean, it's one-on-one out there. He's good enough to beat most linebackers. He know how to find a spot in the zone, and usually 9 times out of 10, he just gonna be right there. And so,
go ahead.
I'm sorry.
I watch film, Big Show. He very few of his catches come on one-on-one coverage.
Exactly.
So anybody who one-on-one covers him.
Yeah.
He gets 90% of his on like you said, finding spots.
Find a spot in zone. And he can do that. And that's what you need a tight end to do sometimes. But he's a product of coverage going to other places. That's what time it is. And I can't and God bless him. He's put himself in a position to cash in for real. But he's not that dude, and he's gonna want to get paid like it. And I don't think the Cowboys gonna be able to sign him now. When the Njoku signed that contract, I said goodbye, Dalton. I knew it was over with. So, you know.
They shouldn't. They should sign that. And you know something? And I want to say one other thing. You said somebody brought up Deion Jones.
Mm-hmm.
I like Deion Jones.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't like Deion Jones. And I'm not saying I don't like him because of his play.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
I don't like Deion Jones because here it is. If Stephen Jones wants to be Mr. Cap guy, Deion Jones is a young guy. He's coming off his rookie contract.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to have to sign Deion Jones for more than just 1 year.
Yes, sir.
And you are not bringing in a veteran present linebacker here like you don't have linebackers already in the cupboard that needs the experience.
Mm-hmm.
Because now you're hurting the growth of the guys, because the guy from LSU, if he becomes healthy, he's going to be a linebacker.
No doubt about it.
Cox, when he gets his experience, he's going to be a good linebacker. Yeah. But these guys need to know the smaller things about linebacker play. Exactly. If you do it that way and bring a veteran guy kind of on his last thing, maybe 2 years, maybe 1 year, give him something like after Bob 30 years old, Hitchinson at 30 years old, they're going to be able to give you everything they got for that 1 year, and they're going to mentor these young linebackers to come up at a cheaper price and carry your defense keep your defense at levels that it can keep at. But you don't want to get another young guy in here, and then you hurt the growth of your other guys, because you got some guys that probably can give you what Deion Jones will give you, but a younger guy in his early 20s going on long money and long contract.
No doubt about it.
You don't need it. You have young guys, but you just need that experienced guy like a Boss, Hitchison. Man, I would even take Big Show. I would even take Hightower, even though they talk about, you know, he's going to be in a limited role. They talk about it. But his experience level and his know-how from his Super Bowl experience, he comes in, he gives you some good playing, and his locker room presence is going to carry this linebacker core to another level. And once they learn what he knows, and they're young legs, oh man,
oh, it's a win-win situation. Even, Coach, if you do get Deion Jones, let me tell you what you're gonna have. You're gonna have, without a doubt, one of the fastest linebacking crews in the league, and which has its benefits. Deion has some experience, so that would be good. Cox had, you know, I based on how the Cowboys are, they're gonna probably go with Cox and say we're gonna get what we can. We know he's limited, but we feel like that he's, he's
Cox played 1 year linebacker at LSU.
Exactly,
he was a strong safety at North Dakota State.
Yeah, I personally think we need the veteran presence, but I just believe the Cowboys have this system and they had a way of doing things. And the formula is to get these young guys, get them on the field, grow, let them grow, and hopefully they're good enough to take it up to the next level. I think that's what they're gonna do because they're already putting out that they're high on Cox already. So it's almost kind of telling.
Big Show, let's call it like it is. And we like, I know your show like to keep it real. Mm-hmm. Let's call it like it is. The only reason they hadn't signed an Anthony Barr or a Hitchison in this organization, because they're trying to safeguard and keep LVE playing time.
Yeah.
That's all the reason.
Yeah.
And if people out there watch film, if you watch film on LVE and you specifically put it on LVE, all these years, all that year when they were going against Jalen Smith, talking about in the year before last, that they was killing Jalen Smith. Yeah. Yes, Jalen Smith did not have a great year, but his play was better than LVE. Yeah. If you look at, they don't never talk about Pro Football Focus. Yeah. Look at the rankings of the linebackers and Pro Football Focus of LVE in the last 3 years. Yeah. This is when he played. They don't do the rankings because when you did play. They don't do they do this based on the time that you was on the field. Yeah. He is almost last in linebacker play in the NFL. Yeah. He has a higher missed tackle rate than just about any linebacker in the NFL at 6'4", 240 pounds. Mm-hmm. So when we see a couple of splash plays, don't get it confused because you don't grade films on one or two splash plays. Mm-mm. You grade films on every play. Yeah. And if you look at his film and Anthony Barr film, and you look at it side by side, play after play, there will be no doubt. It will be totally evident that Anthony Barr will be an exact upgrade than LVE. And the NFL has told you this because nobody offered him a contract over $2 million.
Mm-hmm. Well, Coach, you know that's another whole show within itself because when we start talking about the Dallas Cowboys and talking about our type of guys, then that means you have to do an investigation on who they say
that's what it all falls down to.
Our type of guy. There you go. And so far, I can name at least three guys right off the top of my head right now that were our type of guys, and no matter what kind of talent level was around them, or even if they were a little bit better at the time, they never let them guys play because they were our type
so they
of
set
guys.
The narrative.
That's another whole show.
And these haters out here, and these haters set the narrative, and they have every week they get on Tyron Smith about they want to trade Tyron Smith. They get on Dak Prescott. Is he going to be? They get on CeeDee Lamb. Is CeeDee Lamb going to be another number one receiver? They want to bench Zeke Elliott as he's producing. And not, you don't want to talk about Tony Pollard and his production. You talk about all these players, but you don't talk about guys that have been here that are the last leftovers of this defense, like LVE and Luke Gifford, who, by the way, was suspended one time for PD performance enhancement drills for a couple of games. Yeah. But we talk about keeping these guys, and then you drafting guys behind them, and you're going through all this drafting and bringing in rookie free agents, but you're trying to tell us that these guys are frontline guys and they're going to be great. So why are you drafting all these other guys? It's just fool's gold. It's a mirage.
Yeah.
Look at the film. The film don't lie.
Exactly.
Talk is cheap. The grass will show it.
Exactly. I get it, Coach.
You had me fired up that big show. You had me fired up with those two players, man, when we start talking about Schultz.
Stay tuned.
But Schultz is not. He produced. I like Schultz.
Yeah,
but I'll say it again. He's an $8 to $7 million a year, maybe $9 million a year tight end. He's not in the category of the great tight ends in this league, and he definitely should have a franchise tag, and he should be paid in the top 5 tight ends in the NFL. That's not, and that's fact. Exactly. He probably won't get that once he leaves Dallas next year. He still probably won't get that. NFL ain't crazy.
Yeah, well, you would. I don't know now. I don't know, Coach, because look, Cleveland was crazy, so I don't know. Some teams.
I'm gonna give you something about Njoku, which I like about Njoku. Njoku is a better blocker than Schultz. Plus, if you look and check this out, Njoku played in a system that was in total chaos with a quarterback, and they didn't know what they wanted to do. With running the ball, they let all they talk. How you expect the tight end to do well when you couldn't even keep the one quarterback, the running back, the receiver that went to the Rams, you couldn't keep Jarvis Landry together because you had a horrible quarterback with a horrible system of play. But Njoku may have caught less passes, but look at his average per catch.
Yeah,
Big Show is 3 to 4 yards more than Dalton Schultz.
Mm-hmm.
He got big play ability. He's catching for about 11 yards per catch.
Mm-hmm.
So he got more speed, more athletic ability than Schultz.
Mm-hmm.
Numbers not always because Schultz caught a lot of passes because he was targeted.
Mm-hmm.
Probably way more than Njoku was targeted.
Oh yeah.
Look at the target.
Yeah, no doubt about it.
So he should catch more passes.
Exactly. Coach,
he's a better future player than what Schultz will be.
No doubt about it. Appreciate you, Coach. Thanks so much, man.
All right, my man.
We'll see you on Monday. All right. Listen here, y'all. I see my other coach done popped in, Coach Breedlove. We really weren't talking about Coach Breedlove, and I'll catch you up real quick because I have such respect for you. I'll catch you up what we were talking about. We weren't talking about is the position overrated. We were talking about this right here, Coach. We were talking about that David Njoku has messed up the plans, whatever plans the Dallas Cowboys had for Dalton Schultz as far as long term, because look what he's getting paid. That's a 4-year deal, Coach, that David Njoku signed, who's the tight end of the Cleveland Browns. $56.75. That's 4-year contract. It's $16 million a year. And he got, I think, $11 million signing bonus. The reason why that's messed up, Coach, is because Dalton Schultz have better stats than Njoku. So common sense tells us exactly. There you go, Coach. Now you see. That's why we were talking about it, because remember, he got the franchise tag. Okay, Schultz did. Now I probably was thinking that the Cowboys went in and franchised him, and then they were going to work out a long-term deal before the season started, just so they can get that money off the salary cap. However, because of this contract right here that you see on this screen, ain't no such thing as no long-term now, because the Cowboys, they would be stupid, in my opinion, to pay Dalton Schultz $16 million. That's the starting price. I mean, it ain't Schultz's fault, but that's the starting price because his stats are better than Njoku. Schultz would be dumb if he didn't ask for that money. See what I'm saying? Darren Waller with the Raiders, who we all know is a great tight end, he's coming up this year. Do you believe if Njoku got this, it's about to go, you're right, Coach. No tight end is worth it, but because of this contract, they finna make it worth it, because you can rest assured, Waller, if he getting $16 million a year, Njoku, what in the world you think Darren Waller's gonna ask for? And we all know Waller is way, 2-3 times better than Schultz. Than Njoku. So the Cowboys, Dalton Schultz, when that man signed this contract right here, Njoku, he had to been sitting back smiling. So in my view, the Cowboys got trapped. They didn't take care of it quick enough. Now they can't do a long-term deal because this is what the starting price is going to be, what you see on the screen. They're not going to pay that man that money. So I really believe this is Schultz's last year with the Cowboys because they, once Waller signed, ain't no team going to pay Dalton Schultz $18 million a year. Ain't no team should be paying him $16 million a year. But that's what the price is going to be if you want him signed this year. Cowboys not going to do that. That's why I was saying Coach Breedlove, the kid that they drafted from Wisconsin, Jake Ferguson, he going to get in the frying pan rather quickly because he has to show what he has to show them this year. Because Schultz gonna be gone. That's just my opinion. And Coach Price and Coach Breedlove, we just fell on that too. That's another whole little show. Well, I mean, I haven't talked about it. I think somebody else done talked about it. But that's my thoughts. I ain't never talked about it when Joku signed. Joku signed this about 3-4 weeks ago. I just never talked about it. I am now, and it just made common sense to me. He's not going to be there. That's just what I feel like. All right. Let me get on out of here because we done talked too much. Thank you for everybody that hung out with me. Thanks for Coach Price, as always. Coach Breedlove is here. John, all my people. Joe. Who else is in here? Greg, Davis. Joe, of course, Cowboy, Jay, appreciate you guys as always. Hanging with me, John. I don't think I met you, but I appreciate you hanging with me. I don't know if you follow me or not. You obviously do because you're on one of these pages. So it's nice having you here, man. Appreciate that, man. I think this is my first time ever seeing you. Appreciate your contributions to the show. Whoever else is on here. If you didn't speak, that's good. It's all right. So we're gonna be good. Monday, I'll be with you. I'm free now because I'm off work now. Y'all get ready for me. I'm off for the summer. I work at a school, so guess what? I'm off now, so I may come in the daytime now. Y'all understand? I might come in the daytime now. I may come a little bit more than just one day a week and then come on the weekend because I got the time now. Okay, so y'all get ready for me. I'm coming tomorrow night. For those that want to hear me talk about the Lakers, I'm gonna be on a Lakers podcast tomorrow. Watch this, y'all. I'm already ready for it. Let me get that real quick. Let me show y'all something real quick. I'm already ready for it. Look, watch this. Look at this. Let me get this out. Watch this. Well, let me move myself. Watch this, y'all. Now, y'all are not going to hear me, but watch this. Woo-wee! I'm ready for it. I'll be there tomorrow night. Y'all come hang with me. For those that want to hear me talk basketball, I'm going to be on somebody else's show tomorrow night. We're going to be talking Lakers, so y'all know how I am. I'm going to be acting a complete fool. Yes, sir, I am. I'm a Laker fan, Doc. Oh, yeah, I'm going to act a complete. So, you go to somebody else's show, you got to set a standard. So I'm going there to act a fool because I don't like what the Lakers doing. I don't know what the question's going to be. I don't know what the panel going to do, but y'all know I'm finna come. And it'll be before the game tomorrow night. So y'all can come hang with me. I think it's going to be at 5 or 6 o'clock Central Time. Y'all come on hang with me, all right? All right, I'm done. Y'all see all this stuff here at the bottom here. By now, if you want to subscribe to the podcast, there it is for you. If you want to follow me on any one of those platforms, there it is right there. I'll see you guys on tomorrow evening. If you want to come hang with me and talk basketball, I put it on my page where you guys can come hang with me and all that, all right? I'm out of time, ladies and gentlemen. This is the Big Time Show. Put your hands on it.